Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of
The Weekly 1-2. I'm your boy Bryan.
Your boy Wise.
And today, we got a lot of good news to talk about today.
Yeah, we do.
And we're going to start off with our boy Denzel Curry and the album of Zhuuu.
Zhuuu.
So, what do you think about him?
I really fuck with Zhuuu, actually. Denzel Curry's an artist I really like already, like from his first offering, Nostalgia 64.
Yeah.
And then from there, I became a fan. You know, I like majority of his projects that he's released, some more than others, but this one was no different. This is definitely in the I like a lot category, you know.
And to go off, if you guys watched episode 2, one of the things we talked about a lot of people don't really appreciate when you listen to a musician or artist is that a lot of you people, not you people specifically hopefully, but a lot of people hopefully, unfortunately, they kind of listen to a project and they stop halfway.
Yeah.
They don't give the whole piece the full appreciation that it deserves.
Yeah.
And this project is one that you cannot do that on. His second half of that album was, oh my gosh, that was heat.
It was.
That was such heat.
and shoot, I'm even a fan of like the first half as well because it set the tone. Like one thing I really appreciate about his music is he sets tones. He sets tones early. If you skip, you're skipping something that could potentially be your favorite song. Honestly, he's one of those type of artists. Like you gotta just listen. Like you gotta listen to what he's talking about. Listen to his mindset at the moment of making the music. You know.
Yeah.
This project was a lot lighter too. I would say as well.
Definitely was. I mean, the single he dropped before was Clout Cobain, which did.
That was on his last album.
It wasn't.
This one was Ricky.
It was Ricky. Sorry, wrong word. It was Ricky, named after his father.
Yeah.
Man, Ricky goes hard.
That song is so dope in the video.
That song
is dope too.
Crazy.
Like them backyard wrestling.
Yeah, it is. And then also too, he had a couple features. He had a feature from Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
He had one more feature that I'm forgetting. I know he also gave the producer Tay Keith an actual producing. Like he actually gave him a credit as like a feature on the album as well as.
He probably did the hook or something, like wrote the hook or something like that.
He probably did.
Yeah, did some background vocals on the song.
Let's see. It was
What song was it?
Well, no, yeah, it wasn't a feature. There was a couple features, but they weren't like people that are like well known. It was Kiddo Marv, Ice Billion Berg.
That feature was hard.
That one was hard, and then the Play That Boy Zay.
Yeah,
that one was hard.
And that Rick Ross feature was actually good too.
That beat went hard too.
That beat was,
and it's really funny because it wasn't a beat that you typically would expect Rick Ross to be on. I mean, I've grown up hearing Rick Ross like on a lot of features, even like including like the DJ Khaled kind of songs and whatnot, and. It was a good change of pace for Rick Ross.
I would say, as a Rick Ross fan, it's not so off, really, but at the same time, it was different, and even switched up the tone on the project too a little bit.
It actually would you say that? Because I feel like that song from the mood, or kind of like the genre of the album, that song stands out differently. Yeah, it's a different one for sure.
It is. The beat's different and everything. But the majority of the project is hard. Like the smooth songs are smooth. Like the hard songs slap you in the face.
Yeah.
It's like man,
Speedboat.
Yo, Speedboat.
That's the one where he says in the chorus, like he says, you know, like he said, what was? Let me look that up. He said the chorus for that.
Oh, didn't make it past 21, so I didn't make it past 24.
24A. Yeah. But he says something about this one he says, didn't go to college for a free throw swish, people getting killed through the peephole.
Yeah. That shit's hard.
That was crazy.
You know, honestly, like one thing that I'm so happy as a fan of hip hop is to see how hip hop is really going everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
It really is.
Like an artist like Denzel Curry, like it's dope because clearly Miami has produced so many dope artists. Florida in general, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
You got your like Kodak Blacks, although Kodak Black has been crazy like in the last few months or so or years.
Yeah.
But his music, you can never take the fact that his music is dope.
It's unique.
Yeah.
A lot of the Florida rappers I feel like have their own unique sound.
Like Trick Daddy, Trina, Rick Ross even. You got Gunplay from Triple C's. Man, XX Tentacion, like you said.
Oh, excuse me. Ski Mask.
Ski Mask.
Yeah. Like, Ski Mask just went gold.
Yeah.
He's sweet. He's like, I'm glad I made a song called Foot Fungus.
Go gold. Yo, the tight thing too is like it's just the fact, like, I remember was being a little kid, Reese, seeing like that video of Outkast at the Source Awards and how he was like, you know, the South got something to say. The South has proven that their say is large and big. Like Atlanta, think about Atlanta from Outkast to now. Like, you know, the Dungeon Family's produced Future and you know, so many. Like, the South is honestly one of the biggest hip hop influencers.
It really is.
In the last few years, 10 years or so.
And it's kind of, you know, obviously, you know, some people come up, you know, publicly, you know, publicize, you know, like the New York rappers and the West Coast rappers, but, you know, the Florida and, like, the South rappers, they've really, I mean, also first off, would you consider the Florida rappers and the South rappers kind of the same, like the Georgia and the Florida? They're pretty different, in my opinion.
They're different. Every
so, like, you can't group them all in the South, technically, right?
Well, it is the South, like Florida's still the South. Like,
yeah, it's still the South, technically.
You know what I'm saying? It's still the South, but all their sounds are different, though.
That's
you know,
true. Yeah.
I would say too. Sometimes you do get like the trap music is so big that you sometimes don't even know where someone's from.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, for the most part, you know when someone's from Atlanta.
That's true.
Florida rappers are pretty much, they're not the same, but they have a sound too, you know?
Yeah.
Although all their artists are so different and versatile. Like,
and is this like a weird thing to say, you know, like when I think of it, you know, the Atlanta rappers, you know, I mean, I think of, you know, 21, think of Migos, Future's Atlanta.
Future's Atlanta as
well. I want to say is Yachty Atlanta.
Yachty's Atlanta as well.
And all the quality control people. Yeah. And then when you think of Miami, it's the people you said. And they have like, their own branch of sound too. It's really crazy to see how large hip hop's come along, and highlighted by this Denzel Curry album. Like, this album is kind of, in my opinion, the way it's how we listen to it. You know, how we kind of chopped it up. I thought like it kind of is symbolic, essentially, to how this Miami kind of Florida rap has come up, because it's so like there are so many influences and things in it that you can pull away from music today. Yeah, and it's so good. It's so hard. It's so strong. And it does a great job also at the same time being so unique in a way that makes it stand out. Yeah.
Well, one thing I would say about that uniqueness and the fact that it stands out is specifically from like younger Miami or Florida rappers in general. The fact that the music has such an aggressive edge to it. You can tell that they were listening to punk, rock, hip hop,
that last song,
everything.
The song played that Playboy Zay. That song is just there's some. He was like what like when that beat was made, they were mad.
Yeah, that's what I love, that aggression though. You know what I'm saying? Like when you hear it from like these rappers that come from like Dade County and like in Carroll City and all those different places, and you hear about the poverty, the violence, and like just the struggle that they were raised with. Yeah, it clearly influences their music. You know what I'm saying? That aggression is straightforward in their music. It explains why they are the way they are, why a Kodak Black is the way he is. You know what I'm saying? They grew up different, honestly. You know, and it shows in their music. It's different. Yeah, and I love it. Shout out to Florida.
Shout out. And, you know, if you guys haven't heard this Denzel Curry album yet, please give it a chance.
Zhuuu.
We implore you, just because it is just, you know, he's an up-and-coming artist, no doubt. He is someone, though, that doesn't get a lot of that national hype. I want to say yet. Yeah. I think he'll get there at some point. You know, I mean, ultimately, too, he did release this album with that mentality of, you know, it's summer. We're going to be bumping some stuff. And there's going to be a couple songs I bump all summer with you. So yeah, he did not disappoint.
No, he did
not. If you had to pick any favorite songs for the project, what would you say? Man, for me, Speedboat.
That song is just fucking crazy.
Yeah, that one goes in.
Let me get real specific here.
And then the Rick Ross song as well.
Yeah, that song is hard too. Let's see
here. And then there's also I also like the Carol Mart song.
That song is one of my favorites.
And then the Shake 88 was kind of like had a kind of
it was
a twerking. Yeah, it made you want to go like right there.
Man, Speedball, Automatic, Birds with Rick Ross, Ricky. The title track was hard.
Yeah.
Man, Yo was hard. Carol Yeah, Carol Mart, just like you said.
Yeah.
Well, Ice Billion Bird. That song is hard.
It's good too.
Man, honestly, I gotta say, in that PAT, that PAT, that outro song, like you were saying,
the angry one.
that shit is so hard. Honestly, that's majority of the songs on the project. Honestly,
yeah. Well, the whole
like,
project itself is literally under 30 minutes.
Yeah,
it's 12 songs, 29 minutes.
That's an EP right there. That's under 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's an album for him.
Yeah,
I guess. But his last album wasn't that. It was longer, right?
I think it was longer.
It was pretty long.
It was
longer. So I definitely think, though, going from his last album, I had Blitz's last album, before I remember it, and then listen to this. I definitely heard some like evolution in his, kind of music, and that's the one thing I've noticed we've always been talking about. When we talk about the artists that we think that have the potential to really make a name for themselves and stand out, they have to evolve in a way that gets them there.
Exactly.
And he definitely is evolving, but what's really special is that he's evolving in his own genre. He's found a way to take his style of rap and take it to a new direction, but not take it outside of this box that kind of pushes out his bound. He's staying in it, but changing direction.
Yeah, he's evolving.
Yeah,
he really has evolved as an artist.
Yeah.
Man.
I just realized who we forgot for Atlanta.
Who?
Lil Baby.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
And Young Thug.
Yeah. Well, see, there we go. Like, all of these artists, like some of them got similar voices and similar sounds, but at the same time, it's still Atlanta. Atlanta has a sound. Honestly. They have a sound.
It's kind of actually just a little Atlanta thing. Just a question. I think of, typically, obviously, the people that we mentioned, the people that, I think of first thing now. That's just me for Atlanta. But ultimately, when you think of for me at least, when I think of the culmination of who like Atlanta rap is, it has to be Outkast.
Yeah. That's exactly why I brought them up at the beginning, saying like about what Andre 3000 said, because they set the tone.
But the thing is that like the style that they like did, it's not really that style anymore.
Nah, that's the
It's crazy. It's changed.
The sound evolved.
The sound changed.
From like with the Dungeon Family with Outkast and Goody Mob, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Organized sound or you know what I'm saying? Like honestly, like they set the tone and the sound has just evolved in the trap music and the TIs and everything,
Yeah. And on top of that too, they also kind of
Gucci Mane.
Oh shoot, we forgot a lot of people.
But see, that says a lot about how much artists come from that place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think on top of that too, I think the biggest thing that Outkast was able to do was that they were able to really say, "Here's how creative you can be.
Yeah,
run with it.
Exactly.
Show the world what you can do with it." And that's. For all the people that are coming out from hip hop, I definitely feel like Outkast is going to be someone that's always someone you're going to draw inspiration from.
Definitely.
So, damn,
yeah. Going back on the whole fact that that hip hop is gone everywhere. That Skepta album.
Yeah, let's talk about that next.
Like, what did you think about that Skepta album?
So Skepta dropped his album "Ignorance is Bliss."
I was excited for it.
I was very excited about it too. It made me realize that I really don't have that extensive of a background into Skepta as I needed for our show, for our podcast, and for people that want to chop up music with us. And, it is, if we're going to talk about somebody, we got to make sure we're well versed in it.
Yeah,
I felt really embarrassed because ultimately, I looked this guy up on Spotify. He has, I think, 2 to 4 million listeners. And
he has a bunch of projects.
He does. He has a lot of projects.
I didn't even know about.
And tell me why the only time I had heard of him was when he did Praise the Lord with ASAP.
Yeah. That was his big national, spotlight,
Yeah.
I heard him before that.
But in that song, he doesn't even does he even have a verse in that song?
He does.
He does have a verse.
Yeah.
But it's not even it kind of acts more as a pre-chorus almost, I felt like.
Nah, well, he does have a part on the chorus, but he does have a verse though, man. The verse is pretty cool too. It's a dope verse, honestly.
But it's just very okay. So also too, because I'm wrong that he does have a verse because I've been wrong. It's better than me in that part. The other thing too is after researching him, he is kind of his own. He is in a different genre.
Yeah,
rap is called grime.
Yeah.
We looked at the definition of grime. Grime is a form of rap popular in the UK. It is a combination of, they said, band hall, kind of reggae, and hip hop, kind of all infused together. and that's what kind of makes that unique sound for it.
Yeah.
So after kind of understanding all that, and you found a couple people that are also do grime that are really good.
I know one that I really like is Stormzy.
Stormzy's hard.
Stormzy is
check
hard.
out Stormzy if you want to check out Stormzy. But I personally don't think because I feel like with my taste of hip hop, I didn't really like the album too much. But and it was also too because of Skepta's style of rap. When I listen to hip hop, I am someone that really listens to the lyrics, and I want to be taken into a direction that's going to be different and unheard of before. Like that's why I mess with whole Kanye and Chance a lot, for example, because like they're funny. I like people that can take like a funny spin on a topic, and the biggest thing too is when you listen to like a rapper like that, and then they make a point, they try to add an emphasis to it using a kind of a reference of pop culture or some slang,
punchlines,
punchline. Thank you. And the thing about Skepta was that I felt his raps were pretty linear, and it was also too, I'm not saying this is a bad thing. There was no cussing in it at all, which is I think I told you too, like the only word that I heard that was slang off the top of my head was sus. But the thing though is that since it was linear in that direction, I can't really say that that I'm going to be able to remember and kind of think of a lot of any bars that he said. And it's not like it's a bad thing, if you're into his rhyme, his lyrical structure, that's great. Just for me personally, I just felt that he was kind of going without punchlines and without metaphors. And for me, as someone who's loves that a lot, and some of my favorite, rappers have used those. It was different.
It wasn't a cup of tea.
And the other thing too that was different was and I think you'd agree with me on this one. He never changes his flow.
Yeah,
I agree. Never changes his flow.
Yeah,
it's always the beats change. He has people singing sometimes once in a while. He had a WizKid feature in there, but he never changes his flow. It's the same thing on every song, and for me, like I want to see diversity. And even even Kanye changes his flow. Like I'm pretty sure Kendrick changed his flow. They all changed their flows on their albums, and this was a full album.
Yeah, but it was just so one-dimensional
for the flow, at least.
Yeah, like I agree because the production switched up and stuff sometimes, but for the most part, like I think it's a project that to me personally lost me midway or sometimes before midway. But of course, I tried to just keep listening. Yeah, but it definitely lost me. Nothing really even stands out, unfortunately. Like even the single doesn't stand out to me.
Like Mode?
Yeah,
that's the one that's popular now.
Yeah, like I can actually admit that I'm probably gonna have to listen to this album some more. Because it definitely did catch me, and I'm gonna have to force myself to listen to it again. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, same. It kind of felt like a chore a little bit, but that's the thing. Like maybe as you guys as listeners, if you guys want to leave comments in our video and subscribe and hopefully like our podcast. If you have any input on Skepta that we're missing, we'd love to hear it.
Or if you know any songs that we need to check out that may change our opinions on Skepta too.
Yeah, because I think the style of rap that we really mess with like that, it kind of doesn't really line up to the kind of style he does. I haven't really heard much critical review on the album yet.
No, I haven't either.
We don't know. Also, it's been pretty early, so we don't know how sales are doing it either. But I mean, on his Spotify at least, all his top songs that are getting played are all have been from the album, so people are listening to it.
You are.
But also too, it's a foreign. The thing too is like since he is from North London, excuse me, he uses the English language in a very different way. Obviously, the way we use our language here is very, very riddled in slang. It's like extremely riddled in slang. Like I'm pretty sure I learn slang sometimes when I listen to rap, and with him, you can understand it when he's saying, and you understand all of that because there is no slang. Yeah. But it was just different. It was really different. I definitely still think he's someone we should give a chance at some point. But that's the thing because who's the other rapper we talked about? Stormzy's. I mess with Stormzy. Flow wise, everything. When you play me, I'm still getting into this grime genre a little bit. So, but when you played me Stormzy, I felt that more than Skepta.
You know what it is though? It's like it's the production, the voice. He switches his flow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like with Skepta, it's more of an aggressive voice, and like the production kind of sounds the same. He has a sound that could be not for everybody, honestly.
It's a
I feel like Stormzy has more of a
because the thing too is we can't say
versatile.
Yeah, and we can't say for Skepta it's like a cult following or anything because he's in London. Like we don't know what the dynamic of London is like for us to really. I think he was like named as one of the most influential people in the country.
Yeah.
So like he definitely like is.
He has his following.
He has his following, and I mean like and he's respected. I mean he was put on ASAP.
Yeah.
The song that people mess with on the ASAP album Testing. I mean I don't know if it's the most, but it's one of the most notable songs. So
I love that album actually.
That's that's an album that definitely, if you guys have a chance to listen to it, definitely let us know what you think. It was something that was different for sure. But we'll probably, we'll probably let's do it again, and our opinions may change on it. Hopefully they do. But
speaking of different,
yes,
that Taylor Bennett though, that was different, and not all different is bad.
That was bad,
but that album was not enjoyable at all.
Oh yeah. So to switch the topic from Skepta, we'll talk about Taylor Bennett. Taylor Bennett, if you don't know, is Chance the Rapper's younger brother.
Yep.
He has a very different style of rap to Chance. He kind of has, in my opinion, like a New York flow almost.
He does.
When he like
all tracks. Though.
Not well when he's rapping like like Aha Davis says, that's a horse. When he's rapping, like, and his last project, I mean, obviously since he's connected to Chance, had a lot of features. He had features from Chance, he had features from Jeremiah, he had features from Kyle. This one, it was a very shorter project compared to I think how many songs did it have?
It had 8 songs.
8 songs. He had a Ty Dolla $ign feature. He had Bianca Shaw on there, and Taylor Bennett also too did create his own label as well, and Bianca Shaw's a part of it.
Yeah,
if not mistaken.
Yeah, she was hard. She definitely was a highlight on that project. Like whenever her voice appeared, it kind of made things a lot better.
She did, and then also too they had a feature from Mr. Hudson, which we haven't heard in a while.
Yeah,
Mr. Hudson, if you guys don't remember, was the guy who sang that song from 808 and Heartbreak with Kanye.
Yeah, I know what song you're talking about.
It's
I know what song you're talking about.
He's on 808 and Heartbreak. That's where I heard initially first heard of him. Mm-hmm. And this there was just one point, and so anything that Chance touches, I'm a huge Chance guy. I never shut up about Chance. Our friend, our friend Micah, who was on the first episode for us, I kind of made him voice listen to Groceries, and he said it was cool, but when I asked him what he thought of it again after we talked a couple days later, he said he hadn't listened to it since I made him listen to it that one time. I like Chance. I'm sorry, he's very talented. He's very different, but I was trying to get behind this Taylor Bennett project and show it to Ivan, and he really let me down here. He really did.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because I know. Like, I can show you some tracks, like in the last project.
Yeah, Restoration of an American Idol was way better.
It was way better. And he actually was pretty creative in that album. And then to come to here, it was kind of, what was this one called? Like, All American Reject?
This one is called The American Reject.
The American Reject. It was just all over the place. There's this one sequence, too. I think it's like the second or third or fourth song.
It's the
second.
It's the In My Head with Ty Dolla $ign.
Yeah.
And Soraya, and then Streaming Services was the same exact.
It's like the same exact flow / beat. They just changed like the instrumentation of it.
Did they even change the instrumentation? That shit sat on the same the whole time. It's like the only thing that happened was they put like a little. They muffled in the beginning and brought the same exact beat back, and it was like pretty much you listening to the same whack song over and over again. Yeah. The lyrics are probably good, but even the flow and stuff.
But it's usually you're literally listening to a continuous song for 3 straight songs.
That's not even that good.
And it was sad too because Ty Dolla $ign was on it.
Yeah,
like Ty Dolla $ign, like
I was expecting it to be a saving grace, and that was in the
Wait,
fact that
saving grace. I know that was the second song.
That's why I'm saying the fact that I was looking for a saving grace on the second song says everything. It just started off bad to me personally.
It's just a bummer because the Chance song was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a bummer because he definitely, in my opinion, and I hate to say it, he took a step back.
Yeah.
A pretty big step back. Even the singles he had released, he had a single he released at one point called where he's sitting on like a stool. And he talks about, because he's bisexual,
Yeah.
and he talks about being bisexual and accepting himself. Can you look that?
Yeah, look it up. Right.
That one, Be Yourself.
I'll Be Yourself, okay.
That one was like, was that a project?
That was an EP.
He released an EP. There was the main single he released from that, Be Yourself, was actually pretty good. And he kind of goes in. And he's rapping, you know, because Chance is kind of going to more like a kind of a singing direction once in a while. Like, he's rapping. And it was different because he's talking about subjects a lot of people might not like want to talk about. You know, he's talking about being bisexual and, you know, having to, you know, kind of grow up in Chicago and having to handle all that. And I thought this was going to be another step in that direction, but
it wasn't.
Oh, it wasn't. I'm so sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry it makes you listen to that with me, but
it's all good, bro. Yeah. I mean, like we love hip hop and we want to listen to everybody that we can listen to. You know what I'm saying?
That's true,
but it's just that specific like.
But right when the third thing happened, you're like, "Is this the same song?" And I was like, I remember too because I was like, I've never heard anybody do that before.
Yeah, and I've heard it be done, but in better ways.
But it's they do that as a transition typically.
Exactly.
Like Tyga on Beach House, like he starts off with a song with the dream, he kind of fades into it, and then does a separate song, and like accompanies to it, and then all of a sudden just goes straight into this whole song. You know, I love you.
Exactly. Like you even got projects like Tribe Called Quest with Can I Kick It? How Can I Kick It pops up after every other song or so.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then when Can I Kick It finally comes on, it's like, oh, here's the song, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you got projects like that where they pretty much sneak in the song over and over again just to pretty much tie everything back together, and then the song comes on, it's like the hardest song in the project. Nope. Nope, not with this one.
Yeah.
Like
it was sad just because that he can rap.
Yeah, he can.
He had a formula that was working.
He did.
He just
flopped.
Yeah.
I mean, all right. I don't want to talk a lot of shit about it, even though we already has talked a lot of shit about it.
And this is someone coming from someone over here that like has been. I've been on the Bennett family train, like
yeah, he's been championing them hard. I mean, Chance is hard, clearly, and Taylor can spit too. I'm not even gonna say he's a bad artist because he's a really good artist. It's just that this project just wasn't it.
Like Taylor's from the same background of Chance, and Chance is in my top 5.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, you got some brothers that are in the NBA. That don't mean that everybody's gonna be as good. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Steph and Seth.
Yeah. Well, Seth is actually good. He actually is good.
So what do you say about Taylor? Because you said Seth is actually good.
I mean, Taylor's good too.
He's good, but I don't know. It was just like, yeah.
This project just wasn't it, Chief.
It wasn't. It wasn't it, Chief.
No, not at all.
Yeah. If you guys are Taylor Bennett fans, you can leave some comments as well. Let us know where we went wrong. Maybe we're missing something that we totally did not see, but it was a pretty disappointing come out, especially too because, you know, he is Chance's brother. Like, I hate to label people as like, you know, like, because, you know, like when there was headlines made about him first, it was like, Chance the rapper's brother does this, Chance's brother does this. Everyone's like, no, he's Taylor Bennett. Like, give him the acknowledgement that he's Taylor Bennett.
Yeah, but you have to earn that though. Your brother is so good. Like when like Solange was good, so it's like, yeah, she's Beyonce's sister, but she's Solange. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like certain people were just like, this is who they are, like because they're that good. And he's that good, and I feel like he has honestly earned his way out of just being labeled Chance the Rapper's brother. It's just like this project just wasn't his best like one, honestly.
Is it bad too? Just I don't know. Like I feel like whenever you see a Ty Dolla $ign feature, you're expecting some heat.
You expect it to be good.
Because Ty produces too.
Yeah.
I don't know how much producing Taylor does. The Chance is pretty hands on with his production.
Yeah.
So I think honestly, out of all the albums we've listened to, that was probably the one we were the most disappointed with so far out of this. I mean, obviously we'll be disappointed with some albums as more of them come out, but that one so far.
We've been disappointed with albums before we started doing the weekly one too.
But that was
the first one. Now we gonna talk.
Yeah. Can I say like how you described it to me?
Yeah.
I just remember he's one of my most best friends, and he's one of the most honest people with me. And I just remember playing that album with him, and I was like, told my head like no, and then he just flat out told me this is trash.
Yeah.
And I couldn't. And the thing is, typically, like when I think he's wrong, I'll say like, no, look at this, and I couldn't back it up. Like it was hard. I couldn't.
Yeah, listening, and we were just like,
and we gave it like way more due diligence than we should.
Yeah, because we were determined, because we were looking for that for like.
Because we thought there would be
race.
Because he had because his last album had like the album, the one with Jeremiah, like he had good features in it, and when you have people of that caliber, like okay, like I would say he's a better rapper than 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
But 6ix9ine's and that's the thing, like the features on 6ix9ine, like they make his song like so hard. Like you know what I mean? Like I couldn't think of a song like this album, like with the features on it, they didn't even like help.
Yeah.
They didn't. And that's really I've never seen that.
You know what's sad? Because like we definitely never wanted to like just come on here and just talk shit about the album.
Yeah, but we try really hard not to.
We didn't want to be like those guys that are just online just talking shit about album. But
we appreciate music and everyone that creates their music. It's a process, and you put it out into the world.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be fair if we didn't talk about album. If we just skipped out on the albums we didn't like just to save the artists. You know what I'm saying? Like this is our opinion. This is an opinionated show.
Yeah.
And our opinion is that album was not the best. It wasn't even like the best doesn't even need to be there. It just wasn't.
I almost considered putting it into our for real though section of the week.
Yeah, but we got worse. We got worse for real though.
But we'll get that later.
Yeah.
One thing that we will be talking about, really quick though, one last bit is that next week as we talk about it, but in about actually right now, it did drop, but we're not going to talk about it until next week. Tyga's album should have dropped by now.
Yep.
And he dropped a single yesterday called Haute with J Balvin and Chris Brown. Very short song, but I mean, if
that shit was hot.
The Tyga comeback tour so far looks like it might be complete if this album is actually fire.
It looks like it might be legendary.
That's the album. I see what you did. But if you guys haven't heard that song, that one is a very good Tyga beat flow, like the same kind of flow that Essen tastes. And you know he's going to snap when you hear that flow that matches it with him really well.
He does that flow and everything.
Everything, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. Then we get into the same thing of how Skepta doesn't change his flow, but
yeah. But some people's flows are just so much more appealing than.
But he also too he had that one thing. He said like how he you get out. He said like he let her down like Pac-Man. Like there was a pop culture thing that was funny. He had a little sound effect of when the Pac-Man goes down. And then what also was really cool to me about that song was that Chris Brown snapped.
Yeah, he did.
He snapped, and he actually, in my opinion, on the features that he's been in lately, has been snapping. He snapped on the Flexible song with Tory Lanez.
Yeah.
He snapped on Jealous.
Yeah.
I know people have their opinions on him because of his personal life and whatnot, but Indigo's been talked about for a while. I mean, I don't know how it's going to be done because it's going to be it's going to be 30 songs. He said he's turning 30, so it's going to be a lot of songs. But I mean, if anything, how these features have been going, he's kind of found a nice niche of hip hop singing, and it's kind of interesting because I've been seeing Tory Lanez trying doing this, and Tory Lanez is great. Don't get me wrong, but Chris Brown's been able to do it differently.
Yeah, he has,
and he's been doing a good job.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Brown, he's definitely I would say he's a legend at this point. He's a living legend. Well,
that's what was it? Justin Bieber said that he's basically Michael Jackson but with legal problems. And then, unfortunately, legal problems kind of derailed his image a bit.
But one thing that you can never say is that he's made trash music. Like Chris Brown has actually been pretty consistent in making really good music. Like
he has, and then And for someone as bad as his image had gotten at some point, his music's been what's kept him relevant.
And that's the same thing with Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber, when he was going through the shit he was going through, when they were going through their Bobby Brown moments, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They still put out really great music, honestly. So
this song though is very good, and it got us really excited for this Tyga album.
Yeah.
I can't wait to chop it up.
I can't wait to do that.
I believe
that. Hey, who knows? This might be Tyga's best album.
Well, yeah, and that was the thing we both agreed on, was that typically, Tyga does great features,
great singles,
but albums are usually not there. But he's been slowly picking his way back, and who knows what could happen. I think that he's gotten a lot of this. Is this like his first album since like him? Because I remember like publicly like he
dropped the album last year.
He did. I forgot about that.
He dropped the album last year that I've heard nothing but good things about. But of course, I've heard bad things because it's Tyga, so Tyga's not everybody's cup of tea. Yeah, I'm using that today. but I really personally feel like what's going to make this album better, or what could make it or break it for myself, is if Tyga doesn't really go deep into Tyga. Like, if you're going to name an album legendary, for me personally, you have to not just do the same thing. Yeah. He does the same thing. He talks about how many bitches he fucked, money, cars. He talks about
that's how he starts off the song in Haute. He talks about for 4 days he's been just doing 3 waves.
Yeah, like, which is like, that's Tyga's style. Yeah. But I will like, because Tyga can spit.
He can.
So I want to hear Tyga spitting about some real life shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I really want to hear from Tyga. But who knows if we don't get it?
But from someone who I 100% agree with you. And I think that's actually where he's kind of never really kind of truly connected, in my opinion. I remember too because I remember I was listening to a song or a verse from one time. He was like talking about like how he's whipping through like Bel Air, and I was like cool, because like so many, and he was like talking about it like as like a low point or something, and I was just like how like we've all been there.
A low point of Bel Air.
I know, right?
I mean, hey, never mind, because Tyga has gotten his shit repoed most of the times and paying his bills and shit, so.
Yeah, after he got to stop getting that Kylie money.
Yeah, but shit.
I just realized, Kylie likes the guys with the dreads hanging down like that, huh?
She do. I mean, at that time, Tyga didn't have no braids. He had the short hair. He had the fade.
I forgot, yeah. I still remember Tyga with Young Money on the Bedrock song.
Yeah. Shit, I remember Tyga with the fucking with the lime in the coconut. Like, that's how I
forgot about that Tyga.
Yeah.
So that's the music that we chopped up in detail this week. There was a song, and you'll probably all be surprised at us for not really going into in detail. Cardi B released the song Press. It's supposed to be the single that she puts on her album. We didn't really chop it up because we figured, you guys are probably going to hear it a bunch this summer anyway, and because she is pretty much like the female face of music right now. So you'll probably hear it, and you'll have an opinion. We will probably chop up her album anyway, but also too because Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion,
We're pro Megan.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go next to our come up of the week.
Come up
goes to Jay-Z, becoming the first rap billionaire ever.
That's huge.
Ever.
I mean, at first I thought for sure it was gonna be Dr. Dre, but he unfortunately got messed up.
But he even when he sold the beats to Apple, he still didn't get to $1 billion.
Yeah, he was close. He was right there.
Yeah.
But Jay-Z came through.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z is an inspiration because Jay-Z started.
He didn't even finish high school.
Nah, his career really started. Like, he dropped like Reasonable Doubt when he was 26 years old.
Yep.
It gives me hope because I'm 25 years old.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it gives me so much hope. And he's a fucking legend. Like, from 26 years old, and now he's like in his 40s. Like, he's the first hip hop billionaire.
Yeah.
That's like really huge, honestly. Like,
he gave me inspiration when he landed Beyonce and didn't even finish school.
Yeah.
So. But shout out to Jay-Z. That's amazing. That became the first rap billionaire. He deserves all the clout he gets just because he is one of the greatest of all time too.
Yeah.
Well, moving on to our next section, the
For real though?
Moment of the week. Because it is a moment where you hear about it, it makes you just want to say,
for real though?
So it goes this week to DJ Khaled.
DJ! For real though?
Yeah. Well, also too, he says we the best. He didn't want to say to the public we the second best.
Yeah.
He apparently, and I don't know how this got out, but he just horribly just chewed out his entire label, going in on them about how.
I want to see the video of that.
Is there a video?
Nah.
Oh, I wish there was.
He's so tight.
He wasn't the jolly happy man he used to be apparently. And this is why it's the biggest for real dumb moment for me so far that we've had.
Yeah.
Even more than the Leo Gotti situation.
Mm.
Just because your album's number 2 behind, I mean, obviously it's going to be very tough. You're dropping it the same day as Igor.
Mm-hmm.
And Tyler did a better job marketing it.
Way better.
Tyler also dropped a groundbreaking album that fused so many genres together and took his music in an organic, it's the crazy thing too, it's an organic direction.
Mm-hmm.
For the music he kind of raps in and kind of goes in, but just took it in such a beautiful, healthy direction. He wasn't kind of like Kanye, where Kanye sometimes goes too far out of the box.
Mm-hmm.
He found that perfect balance.
Yeah.
And Tyler was sold about 160,000 the first week or something like that. But DJ Khaled, you had 137,000 sold. I mean, you're not doing that bad. It's just because you're not number 2, and I understand, that you believe that was your best album. It is one of your best albums. A lot of people talk to me says that we've had people say it wasn't his best.
Yeah, I agree that it is his best album.
I think it was too, honestly. But
this is so reminiscent of when Nicki Minaj was mad at Travis for getting number 1 over her album.
Oh, because she said that Kylie was using her publicity to get him there.
And also that he was selling clothes with his shit. But let's be real. His album is better than hers. And in this case, Tyler's album is better than
Tyler's album is
Khaled's.
probably going to go down as one of the most craziest albums of all time. Would you say it's probably might be one of the greatest of all times for him? It's kind of hard to say at this point.
I wouldn't agree with that.
But it's but for the climate,
it's groundbreaking.
It's groundbreaking for sure.
The tight thing about it is it's not even hip hop. It's
its own genre.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's Tyler. Tyler does what Tyler does. He's like Kanye. Kanye does what Kanye does. Pharrell does what Pharrell does.
Right.
And he's earned his way into the category with artists like that.
And he also too though just he just really is his own kind of character and brand. Mm-hmm. I mean, DJ Khaled is too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I also think though DJ Khaled isn't really as kind of universally respected as Tyler is.
Nah.
But I mean, DJ Khaled's still a talented, producer. I mean, I don't know how much producing he actually does himself now, but he definitely is part of the executive oversight of it.
Yeah, definitely.
But also too you didn't see Schoolboy complaining, and Schoolboy only sold 60 to 80,000.
Nah. But see, the thing is because I remember at one point DJ Khaled was really promoting this album. The father was the song.
But it was a long time.
And then he just dipped off the face of the earth. More when he was really going full fledged into making the album.
Yeah.
And then he came back the week of, took over Diddy's Instagram, and was had Diddy posted about the album, and then the album dropped a few days later, and then it was a dope album. But it's sometimes you can't expect him not to barely talk about your album, because that works for some people, doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody.
You know who that works
didn't work for him.
You know who that works really well?
Beyonce.
Besides Beyonce.
Who?
Kendrick.
Kendrick. See, Kendrick, DJ Khaled.
Yeah. But you're gonna.
DJ Khaled's a bigger name. Everyone knows who he is, but still.
also too DJ Khaled, you're gonna listen for the good time, the radio songs. Kendrick, you're gonna learn something.
Yeah, Kendrick, you're gonna be listening to months afterwards.
You're gonna come back and listen to it. For example, when Damn, I listened to that so many times, but then I realized apparently you can play it backwards and it has a whole different meaning in itself.
That album is hard.
It's crazy. We're not press for it.
To Pimp a Butterfly is the same exact way.
It is.
You can listen to that album from reverse, and it's a completely different album, bro.
Guess we'll be doing that next listening party, probably.
Yeah, bro. Legit. It's so tight how you can do that one.
That's a true artist.
Yeah, you listen to it from, man,
But DJ Khaled,
for real
though. You don't need to be that salty about it.
Come on, bro.
137,000 units and growing is still pretty damn good.
Come on, man.
So, we're going to go next into the new music we have coming out in the upcoming week and possibly rumored for in the future weeks. Who is stirring the pot right now? Well, as you just said, Tyga. It just dropped already. Legendary has dropped.
We'll talk about that next week for sure.
We're also going to talk about Future having an EP.
He dropped that. That came out tonight too.
Save Me is what it's called.
Shit.
And the Hendrix alter ego.
Yeah.
He usually gets deep in his feelings this time. He said he wanted to make a couple more of those too.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Okay, this is I appreciated the artwork and everything. Like it looked like artwork. Like I love album covers that are like that. You know what I'm saying?
And then on top of that, we also have a Little Baby single coming out.
Okay.
So
is it coming out tonight?
It should have came out now too.
All right.
From the source I have, it said TBA, like to be announced. I don't know if that's actually the name of the title of the song or if it's just like he hasn't announced it yet.
He hasn't announced it yet.
Okay, good, because I was like, that'd be pretty clever.
Yeah, that would
marketing promotion.
That would.
Also, too, if you're familiar with Odd Future, Casey Veggies is dropping Organic.
Yeah, even though he's no longer a part of Odd Future, I feel like if you really are an Odd Future fan back in the day, you know who Casey Veggies is. If you like just like real, like if you grew up in a district or Inglewood or anywhere, you know Casey Veggies. Casey Veggies is someone that I feel like everybody's rooting for still. You know what I'm saying?
Well, especially too, like from Tyler Train.
Yeah.
You know, I'm willing to give Casey Veggies his dap, and give him his chance. I don't know though. My pull might have gone down if that Taylor Bennett listening session. So.
Poor Taylor.
For real. So,
for real.
And also too, what I'm really excited about, and I know some people will be excited about,
what's that?
T Grizzly.
Yo,
Scriptures.
That's about to be hard.
That's about to be hard. I'm about to be in my car driving and just gripping the steering wheel so tight I probably break through it.
Yeah.
He's up and coming, and I can't wait to see what he's done. He had that song with PNB Rock. When PNB Rock was promoting his album, he snapped in that too.
Yeah, he snaps all the time.
He actually does snap all the time.
That's why I can't wait to listen to this project. I never listened to any other projects that he's released, though. I would admit
his last project was good.
Yeah,
it was really good. There was just one song. I think it's called. I try not to cuss, but it's called "Fuck It Off." That one is crazy. That one's like I have homies that tell me they listen to that when they wake up in the morning just for motivation.
That's like
because he talks about how he doesn't want to, make mistakes and fuck it off. But it's a very, very hard song, and he has that very, very just consistent flow. Just kind of just keeps cutting through.
Yeah,
he's really good. I really love T Grizzly. I can't wait to see where he comes up in his career too, because I don't think he's at the stage yet where he's going to evolve. But I definitely think it's the stage. Like I feel like every rapper, we talked about this before he became friends, that certain points of rappers, sometimes they kind of get a little lazy when they get really famous because they don't have to, do as much, so their flow kind of dies down. But the best time for some rappers to listen to them is right when they're getting into the game, because they're still going to stick to the formula that got them there.
Yeah.
For example, it's a 21 Savage album.
Yeah.
He's right there. Metro Boomin and him figured it out.
Yeah, that's perfect time.
I'm pretty sure T-Grizzly is going to stick to what's been working for him and just go with it and run with it.
Yeah, off tops.
And it's going to be good. The other thing that we are hearing about...
What is that, man?
Apparently, Eternal Atake...
Yeah, Eternal Atake is about to...
2 weeks out? I don't know, I think he's turned into our generation's Frank Ocean going to the studio like that. But it wasn't like...
Frank Ocean is our generation.
No, but I know, but how the whole thing of he said the album's coming, he never did.
Yeah.
But Lil Uzi's whole situation was a lot more complicated than that. He had album, sample clearing issues, and he just got really depressed and upset about it, and he said, I'm retiring, he's so depressed. He said he deleted everything, he's so depressed, and then Jay-Z came in, first billionaire, and said, it's like seeing a puppy in the window, like, I got you, we're gonna do this, and we talked about it in one of our episodes, like the one song he dropped that, I think it was Sanguine Paradise.
I know something. I forget the name.
I think it was Sanguine Paradise. It went gold in like a month.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
That was hard though. So everyone's ready for it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been hyped a lot. And we've seen, what's his name?
Narwhal.
We've seen Narwhal, Jay Saptown as many times as we can.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of new music coming out.
Yeah.
And
this next episode is gonna be lit.
It's gonna be very lit. Hopefully, it won't be as much of a bummer as this one was, just in regards to because we tried really hard, because we never discredit music. I mean, and also too, like we don't listen just to hip hop. We listen to a lot of very broad music, and we always like to chop it up and see what we can do. And you know, a lot of it is being open and accepting to you know what is out there and what we can listen to. And you know, and unfortunately, you know, we tried Skepta's out, and it wasn't for us. But who knows? Maybe our opinions will change. Tried Taylor Bennett out. You get the gist of that. So it's going to be a very interesting thing of music coming out. I'm very excited to see how Tyga's album does. He's been leading up to this very well. Future's Hendrix albums are usually never disappointing either.
Nah.
There's always the one thing that was interesting about this one though is that I definitely can say the last couple of Hendrix, because the last album he did drop was Hendrix as well. Yeah. And this is the first Hendrix project I've seen in a minute, because I remember the one before that has him too. He doesn't have any features. Yeah. He had the two ago. He had the one with the Weeknd, which was really hard.
Life, right?
No, it was Coming Out Strong or something like that.
Okay.
That one was a hard song. It was sad because he's. You know, it's interesting because I don't know if this album's ever going to come out, but I feel like I really, really wish, and I know it'll never happen, but I would really like to see Bryson Tiller get on a Hendrix album.
Man, that would be interesting actually.
Well, because you know Bryson is trap, and you know Hendrix.
Trap soul.
Well, I almost thought I had as a trap soul. But he is very trap, and he also too though is he is that kind of melancholy tone, and you know that's what Future goes for. Except Future just cranks them out and shows evolution. Bryson hasn't showed us that evolution yet.
Nah, he hasn't at all.
I think it's just unfortunate. The last song he dropped was canceled, and I hope he didn't cancel himself because we haven't heard any music since. I love Bryson. I mean,
yeah, he's tight, but he's just
he hasn't evolved yet. He hasn't changed it.
He hasn't showed us his full potential. I don't think
he hasn't. And
I hope not, at least.
No, it's been 2 albums.
Yeah,
2 albums. Second album was okay.
Yeah, the first one was hard as fuck because this is like our first introduction to Bryson Tiller. The second one was like, okay, this was cool. This is not not.
Well, I remember though because I was kind of hoping for him to change a little bit, and then the album's called True to Self. I was like, he's not changing. Yeah. I was just like, he's still, you know, I don't know, like him and Future and Hendrix, classic symphony music. Can't deny that. You can't deny that. Basically, it is. But we have a lot of music coming out. We can't wait to chop it up with y'all again tomorrow. Not tomorrow. we'll probably be chopping up with ourselves tomorrow because you know, like we can't wait to hear this stuff because I know we've been talking about Tyga, but Micah's been talking about Tyga.
Yeah, honestly, I've had multiple conversations with them the last week saying that I did not think Tyga was going to drop any album. We thought that he was just
he didn't even did he market it? I just saw
he released that he was going to drop an album like
this week.
Yeah, and then this week drop him. So
and Future doesn't really do much marketing with Hendrix.
Nah, he don't have to. But Tyga is at the point where he didn't have to either. So we're going to see how much he didn't have to, but he's everywhere right now. So
yeah,
I definitely going to chop that up next week.
I think next week you can see us be chopping up Tyga, Future, and T Grizzly.
Yeah.
Unless if Casey Veggies finally burns it, we'll chop it up.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're excited to break it down with y'all.
Yeah.
We will next week and hopefully for many weeks to come. So if you like that video, please like, subscribe, comment as much as you can. Especially too, this is opinionated. So if you guys have your own opinions to chop up with us, put it in there. You know, we might talk about it too and put it in the next episode.
Yeah, shit, you might drop some comment that's really tight to us, and we might just say, "Come on by."
Why not too, right? Yeah, well, that's how we do it over here at the Weekly One too.
So like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you all for watching and tuning in. This is the Weekly 1-2.
1-2.
1-2. We'll see you next week.
Peace. Good episode. We need help with us.
And that was really good how we handled.
Oh shit,